Okay, shippers. So I watched that swing set scene, and I watched it again, and I watched it again, and again, and again, and again. And every time I watched it, I kept getting drawn back to that line that TJ says at the end. You're the only person that I can talk to like this. That statement rang so much truth to it. It's unbelievable because it is true. Cyrus is the only person that TJ could talk to like that. Um, so many people were thrown off of by how aggressive TJ was with Cyrus when he was like, you're really annoying and whatever. Um, it didn't shock me. It didn't shock me at all because we already seen this is how he is with Cyrus. Like we seen it when he was in the gym and he left and Cyrus walked up to talk to him and then TJ walked out of the gym and then Cyrus followed him. Um, TJ is known as the scary basketball guy, right? A lot of people are afraid of TJ. They're afraid of TJ or they feel intimidated by his personality, right? Cyrus is the only person who TJ can push away, who can like brush Cyrus off, but Cyrus will still come back to him because he isn't intimidated by this facade that TJ tries to put on. So he's the only one who TJ can like push away, but essentially he won't ever leave. Like that's the type of that push and pull dynamic. And then we get the scene where they're sitting down at the table side from side and TJ is, talking to him and they end up getting this really meaningful moment. Um yeah, like I wasn't surprised when TJ pushed back and you saw Cyrus get up and he also pushed back as well. Um they are really good at feeding off of each other. And a lot of people may say I'm looking too much into it. No, like the reason why the scene was so impactful is because they understand Cyrus wasn't in any real danger. He knows exactly where he stands with TJ and TJ vice versa. So they essentially are the person who can push at each other without feeling like they crossed the line, They know exactly where their boundaries are in their friendship, but they know not to go out of bounds or to push the lines. Um, and let's just talk about TJ's friends for a moment. When he said, "You're the only person that I could talk to like this," like I said before, it just rings so much truth because he can't talk to them like that. TJ's friends exude masculine energy, right? They exude masculine energy. So their energy is they don't seem like the type of boys who would sit around and you can have a meaningful conversation with. Like those don't seem like TJ's friends, the type of friends that he could sit down and be like, look, um I have dyslexia and this and that and the third. They don't seem like that type of bro. That guy bro to bro, like let's not talk about our feelings type of energy. Um Cyrus has a lot of Cyrus is a boy, but he has a lot of feminine energy, right? That soothing feminine energy, and you can see that TJ is very drawn to that. Um, Cyrus's friends are both female, right? And you can see, like, even when Jonah was talking about his panic attack, you slowly see Buffy grab his hands, and she's there for him, and then Cyrus is also there for Jonah, and it's a very meaningful moment. Um, Cyrus's parents are psychiatrists, so he's able to deal with TJ's personality. He's able to adjust or deal with TJ's personality. He knows how to talk to him. Because every time he talks to TJ, he's not coming off aggressive. He was never aggressive. Even in the swing set scene when he got up, he was not aggressive, but he wasn't backing down either. He was standing his ground, and he spoke very calmly. He was like, you can be intimidating, right? And then TJ kind of threw his frustrations back at Cyrus, and Cyrus was very calm about it, right? And his calmness made TJ calm in return. Um, it's one of the reasons why Buffy and TJ clash a lot, is because Buffy, while she is feminine, she is very much tiger mom, mama bear. She's a very aggressive protector over the people that she cares about. So she's very, I'm gonna put up a wall, I'm very strong and stuff like that. But you see her when she's with Jonah, you see how she was when she was with Cyrus coming out, but she around TJ, like, Buffy isn't the person that's going to try to, if you push Buffy away, Buffy's going to just stay away. Like, she's not that type of person, which is why she has a stubborn personality, and so does TJ, which is why they just don't mix. Which is a good parallel between him and Cyrus. I could just be going in on this, but I just had to get all my thoughts together on this. You notice, like I was saying, for TJ feeds off of Cyrus's feminine energy most of the time, which is why when you see him around TJ, when you see TJ around Cyrus, he's smiling, he's happy, he's open, and it was just a really good scene. Like, I absolutely adored that scene. And if you notice, Cyrus also feeds off of TJ. He feeds off of TJ's masculine energy. So it's a very give and take relationship. Like, they both give, they both take. If you notice that the way Cyrus stood up, it was very, that is not season 1 Cyrus, if you notice. Ever since he'd been hanging around TJ, Cyrus had been very masculine. If you notice that, he'd been very tough, like when he's around TJ. If you look at season 1, Cyrus couldn't even he couldn't even ride a skateboard with Jonah, let alone season 3, he's getting on an actual motorcycle, right? And he lost a shoe, and he was somehow still smiling, Cyrus also feeds off of TJ. TJ, he like, even though Cyrus he mellows TJ out, TJ also in return toughens Cyrus up. And that's something I really like about that scene, is because TJ was the first person to back down in that little dispute. His face softened, which in turn made Cyrus soften. But soon as TJ started to let out his frustration, Cyrus, he stood up, but he was calm about it. And TJ he spit out his frustration. You're annoying. He was like, you're obvious and you're intimidating and you can be this and you can be that. They were pointing at each other's flaws while also coming together. And I thought that was amazing. They were pointing out each other's flaws, getting in each other's why, slowly coming together. It was like, you can be this, I acknowledge that, and you say I could be that. Well, yes, but you can also be this. And we can acknowledge our differences, but yet we can still stand together. And in the end, he asked Cyrus, he said, "Can I stay?" It was a public part, but he asked permission if he can stay, and Cyrus said, "Yes." I swear, I just see this scene so many times, and sometimes I just have to break it down so people can understand why that scene, why that scene was very necessary. It was very important. Um, it was just amazing. It was just amazing. She did her thing. The writer did her thing, and favorite TYRUS moments by far. This is the new swing set scene. If anybody's referencing the old swing set scene, you're late, you're tired. This is the new one. Bye, shippers. Those are just my thoughts. Bye.